Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Juiced TV Live. My name is Pip. I'm from the Juiced team, and I'm so happy to have you all with us for another virtual visit. Now, today is a bit of a special day because it's also Are You OK Day. So we wanted to just mention that today is a really important day where we can start a conversation and meaningfully connect with the people around us who might be struggling with life's ups and downs. So from our Juice TV team, we really encourage you today to just ask one person, maybe a friend or a family member, 3 simple words. Just ask them if they are okay, and it can really help people out. So as I said, today is a very exciting virtual visit day as we have one of our favourite Aussie icons who's going to be joining us. But before we meet her, let's meet our patients who are going to be our hosts for our virtual visit today. Let's get them on the line. Check we can see and hear each other. Good morning to you. We've got Zosia, Khye and Oren.
Morning.
Good morning. Look, I think I'm going to call it and say that Khye is looking the most relaxed and chilled out of all of us. Got a nice reclined position there, Khye. Zosia, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. How are you feeling about getting to meet such a special guest on our virtual visit today?
Excited.
Yeah, awesome. What about you, Khye? How are you feeling?
I'm nervous.
Nervous? Me too. Nerves are a good thing. What about you, Oren?
Yeah, I'm pretty nervous but excited at the same time.
Awesome. Now, before we introduce Steph, let's just find out a little bit more about you guys. So, Oren, give me a little bit of a background for you. How old are you and what are some of the things that you love?
I'm 13. I love sport and just hanging with my mates.
Awesome. What sort of sports do you love?
I do surfing, cricket and rugby league.
Awesome. Bit of an all-rounder.
Yeah.
Sounds good. What about you, Khye? What are some of the things that you love?
I'm Khye, I'm 7. I like riding my scooter and playing footy.
Awesome. What's one of the best moves that you can bust out at the skate park on your scooter?
The half pipe.
Oh my gosh. I don't even think I would try and attempt a half pipe. That really scares me, but good on you. Well done. And what about you, Zosia? Tell us a bit about you.
Hi, I'm 14 and I love horse riding and baking.
Yum. I love both of those too. Do you actually have horses?
Yes, I have one horse.
What's its name?
Cluedo.
Oh, that's a great name. What colour is Cluedo?
He's like a goldeny colour. He's a Palomino.
Oh, nice. I'm so jealous. Always wanted a horse when I was little, but never got one. I think for some reason our backyard was a little bit too small.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, what do you reckon? We introduce our special guest. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Today's all-star guest is Aussie surfing legend Steph Gilmore. Since age 11, Steph has been carving up a storm in the oceans of the world, winning an incredible 7 world championships along the way. Whether it's her amazing achievements on the water, her work in obtaining equality in the sport, or her passion for wildlife and ocean conservation, Steph Gilmore is a trailblazer whose legacy cements her place amongst the greatest surfers of all time.
Yay!
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey.
I look a little different, not in a wetsuit in all those shots, right?
Oh,
How are you going?
Well, I'm
Good.
going well. How are you?
Awesome.
So glad that you can be here to join us today, Steph. We really appreciate all the time that our amazing virtual guests are giving us in this time when we can't have our face-to-face experiences happening in the hospital. We're live on Facebook, so if you're tuning in, make sure you give a shout out to any of our hosts or questions to Steph. And we're also streaming live to the bedsides in the Queensland Children's Hospital as well. So hello to everyone. I reckon let's get this show on the road. Steph, the guys have a couple of questions for you, and I think let's start at the top of the screen with Zosia.
So one of my favourite hobbies is horse riding. What are some of your favourite hobbies?
To be honest, I'm pretty scared of horses. I think they're beautiful creatures, but I haven't done much horse riding in my time. So, yeah, I've always pretty much done surfing my whole life, and I've played lots of other sports. But yeah, my hobbies now are I love to play the guitar, and I play a lot of music. That's kind of my favorite thing when I'm not in the ocean. I'm just always trying to learn a new instrument or play a new song. And yeah, I like to, I don't know, just kind of hang out with my friends and watch movies, read a good book. I kind of, yeah, when I'm not like doing training and different things, I definitely just spend a lot of time hanging out with my friends. So yeah, it's other than playing guitar, I actually think I want to be a rock star at the end of the day. That's what I want to do, but my singing is terrible, so that might be another question for a bit. Do you play any instruments, Zosia?
I used to play the violin, but then I quit.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Who do you look up to and admire in the surfing world?
In the surfing world, I've always admired the female champions that have led the way for myself. So Lane Beachley, she has 7 world titles. So currently Lane and I are equal for the most world championships of any woman on the planet. And naturally I'm pretty competitive, so I'd like to win one more just to say that I've got the most. But yeah, Lane, I really admire Lane. She's an amazing woman. And Lisa Anderson, she was an American female surfer. She won 4 world titles, and she was the most stylish female surfer. And that's a big thing for me when I'm riding the waves. It's kind of like dancing. So I always like to make sure that, you know, my hand placement is nice, and I like to just, yeah, I feel like I'm dancing along the waves. So that's always pretty cool. But yeah, they're definitely my 2 heroes. And then of course the men too. I'm a big fan of Vic Fanning, Bill Parkinson, all the surf heroes, and Kelly Slater, because he's a freak. Have you ever tried surfing?
I did once, but like, I don't know, they had to pull me away from the ocean because I was like drifting out or something.
Yeah.
But it was
the
pretty
ocean
fun.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, I mean, it's you have to have a lot of patience, and it's quite tricky. You know, I think it's something that you have to spend a lot of time out there practicing, and the hardest part is reading the ocean and learning about the rips and the currents and those sorts of things. But it's really fun. And yeah, hopefully you can try again and get some more sessions. That'd be awesome to see you out in the surf.
Yeah, that would be so cool. Do you like baking, and do you have any baking tips?
I do. I've actually been lately, because I've got a niece and nephew and a few friends that have had their birthdays recently, and because we're all stuck here at home, it's been really fun to think about, you know, what we can bake birthday cake wise. And my sister Whitney, she's living with me at the moment, and she is an incredible chef. So she's been cooking up a storm. But I'd say the 2 things I'm most proud of that we've cooked recently was, for my nephew's 5-year-old birthday, we made a rattlesnake cake, which was basically just like a chocolate cake that we cut. It was like 2 circular chocolate cakes, and then we cut them into like a swerve, and then basically covered it in all of these Smarties in different patterns so it looked like a rattlesnake. And that one was really cool. And then a koala. So my good friend Ava, it was her birthday the other day, and she's obsessed with koalas. So we made a koala cake and made like, it was just like a vanilla butter cake, and then we put like grey icing over it, and then made the 2 little fluffy ears and put like toasted coconut to make like the koala colours and fluff. So that was awesome. And yeah, they tasted pretty good too, which is nice. What do you like to bake?
I like to bake orange cake and chocolate cake.
Nice. I love orange
reckon
cake. So
we're
good.
setting ourselves up in good stead here to be able to have a bit of a bake-off, I reckon. I
I
think,
know.
Steph, those cakes sound amazing. I think Zosha's got some great tips for us. Keen to know from Khye and Oren, have they ever stepped into the kitchen to do some baking, or do they have a favourite cake?
Yeah, I've cooked dinner once or twice for my family, so...
Oh, good one. What'd you
Nice.
make?
Once I've made nachos and spag bowl. So,
Very good. I love spaghetti bolognese.
yeah.
One of my favorites.
What about you, Khye? Do you have a favourite cake?
Yeah, I like making cupcakes and chocolate cake with my mum and dad.
Yum. Chocolate cake is also a favorite of mine.
All right, well, I'm going to
I've
hold
got to
this to
surf
all of
lots
you.
and lots to.
Burn it off.
Yeah, to burn it off. Sorry.
Well, yeah, look, guys, we're going to hold you to this. When we're all allowed to come back together, let's do a bake-off. And maybe we'll pick something that's fair and even. Maybe, Oren, we can find you a little bit of a mix of something that's spaghetti bolognese in cake form. And put you all up
Cake.
against one another. Oh, these are great questions, Zosha. What else have you got?
What's your favourite place to surf around the world?
My favorite place in the whole world. You know, it's kind of funny because in surfing, there's like so many things that have to come into place, like the wind and the swell direction, the tides. And so, you know, the greatest wave of my favorite waves can, you know, change from right here in my home break in Australia. This is some of my favorite waves just here on the Gold Coast. And then also in Mexico, mainland Mexico has incredible surf. Fiji, the waves in Fiji are really dreamy and it's over sharp coral reef, so it's kind of scary, but you know, I've definitely had a few accidents and lost a bit of skin on the reef, but it's all, you know, a part of the adventure. And Indonesia. I'd have to say Indonesia. We have done so many trips there and the waves are just so perfect. And they basically, these big storms brew down off Western Australia and then they fly up, they sort of come up the coast and push these big swells up to Indonesia and they're so perfectly groomed. But yeah, here to see some footage of me surfing. This is actually at my home break at Duranbah. This is in Hawaii when I won my last world title. And yeah, that, you know, I love surfing all around the world, but there really is no better place than surfing right here at my home break, which is Snapper Rocks in Australia.
Cool.
You're making us pretty jealous there with all of that travel.
I know, it's weird. I haven't traveled all year long, and this is the first time that I've been at home this long in my life since I was probably 17 years old. And yeah, it's really nice. I'm really actually just loving being at home and getting to use my kitchen and play my guitars and do all of those wonderful things that normally I'm dragging my life through an airport, and that, you know, I don't get to see my friends and stuff as much. But yeah, this has been a really nice blessing to be staying at home. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, awesome. Now, Zosha, I know you've got one more question, but we're going to quickly jump to Oren because Oren's got an appointment that he needs to go to at 10:30. So, Oren, buddy, let's kick off your questions and then we might see if we can get our little challenge and game out with Steph before you have to go. So, over to you.
First question, if you weren't a pro surfer, what would you be?
Ooh, I hate that question because I always would want to be a pro surfer, I think. I think I would be a musician. Yeah, I would definitely try my hardest to make good music and record it and be in a band. And yeah, that'd be really
pretty
fun.
cool. Second one, what is your favourite trick to do when you're in the water?
My favorite trick, I'm still working on a lot of the aerials and stuff because that's not a strength of mine, but I think any surfer, their favorite thing to do in the surf is to get barreled. So that's where you go inside of the wave and then you come out again, and it's the coolest thing in the world. Have you ever been barreled?
Maybe once or twice.
Awesome. Where do you surf at?
I live we'll surf around Tweed Heads area. So
Cool.
around there, that's where I live.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I've probably seen you out in the surf sometimes.
maybe. Third one, how many Wheat Bixes do you have for breakfast?
How many Wheat Bix do you do? That's the good one. I think I always say 3, but it depends. If I'm like really hungry, I feel like I can do 6, no problems. But yeah, my go-to is like 3 with a little bit of brown sugar and some banana or banana and
Yum.
honey. Yeah, I like to mix it
Yum.
up, but yeah.
Yeah.
How many do you do?
Yeah, I do about 4 with brown sugar as well. So that's pretty,
Nice.
that's probably my favourite one to do.
Yeah.
And
Good
also
old
last
Wheat
one,
Bix.
yeah. Who is your arch rival?
My arch rival.
Yeah.
My arch rival is probably Carissa Moore. She is from Hawaii and she has won 3 world titles, or 4 world titles now, actually. She won the last one and she's the current world champion, and she's definitely the toughest girl to beat. So I know I've got 7, but she's got 4 and it seems like she's catching up pretty quick. So
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to put in lots of hard work and stay focused because, yeah, I'd like to win a couple more.
Sounds pretty cool.
We have faith in you, Steph. You can do it.
Yeah.
All right. How about
Thanks.
we jump into our challenge, and then Khye will do your questions after our challenge as well as Zosia's last one. So, Steph, this little challenge is a game called Slang 10. Bit of a play on words there from the surfing move Hang 10. So each of our hosts have 5 words that they're going to give you. It's surfing slang, and we're going to see how well you know these terms, if you can give us a definition, and we'll just see really how much of a pro surfer you are, all right? You ready?
Sounds good.
Awesome. Okay, Oren, let's start with you, buddy. You hit us with your words first.
First word is washing machine.
Washing machine. Well, that's basically when you wipe out and fall off the wave. It feels like you're in a washing machine, so you get thrashed around, and I think that's what it means. That's what it
Yeah,
means
pretty
to me
much.
anyway.
Yeah, pretty close. Second word is dawn patrol.
The dawn patrol is when you get up before the sun rises, it's the early dawn, and you check the surf. And that's, yeah, there's always someone on dawn patrol, and that means they're sort of checking the waves earliest, and then they can report back to their friends, let them know where the best waves are.
Yep. Third word, A-frame.
An A-frame is where a swell comes in, and it comes in just like an A. So it's like a perfect A peak, and then it breaks like that. So coming this way at the camera, it kind of comes in like an A-frame and then peaks like that. And there's a right-hander and a left-hander that break off either side. And that's one of the best waves that you can find in the world is an A-frame, because you have options. You can go left or right. You can go on your forehand or your backhand. Yeah, A-frames are good.
You're doing
Yeah.
well, Steph.
Fourth one is a grommet.
A grommet is like a little kid or someone who's starting to surf. I guess you're sort of still called a grommet until you're like 15, but come to think of it, my dad is 67 and he surfs more than anybody that I know, and so he's still a grommet. We basically call him a grommet because he froths out really hard. So you can be a grommet.
Awesome.
And last one is a party wave.
A party wave is when lots of people catch the same wave and you're all surfing together on one wave. So they're pretty fun too. Just don't
Yeah.
crash into each other.
Woohoo! Round of applause, Steph. 5 out
I
of
got
5
it.
so far.
Nice.
Great job, Oren. So, Oren, you just let us know
Thanks, Oren.
whenever you need to scoot off. Do you need to head off now, or do you have a couple more minutes?
Yeah, probably got a couple more minutes.
Beauty. All right, let's go over to you, Khye, for your 5 words for Slang 10. What are they?
First one is jacking.
Is what, sorry?
Jacking.
jacking?
Jacket.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think you've got me on that one. I'm not sure. What does that one mean?
Apparently, when the wave swells rapidly from deep waters to shallow ones.
Oh, okay. These are like some technical questions now. Hang on a second. I haven't done my study. Wow, I didn't know that. Awesome.
There you go. Good one, Khye. What's
Awesome,
the next
Khye.
word
That's
that
a
you've
great
got?
question.
Next one is kick out.
Kick out. Yeah, kick out is when you're surfing on the wave and then you want to finish and you just kick out off the back. And well, yeah, you can kick out at the front or the back, either way, but yeah, you're just exiting the wave.
Nice.
Next one is macking.
Macking. Yeah, macking is like when it's really big. So say you pull up to the waves in Hawaii and the waves are huge and you pretty much look at your friend and you say, oh my God, it's macking out there. So that means it's really big and scary sometimes. That's when you start holding your breath and pretend like you can breathe underwater.
Next one is noodle arms.
Noodle arms, yes. I usually get noodle arms after I've surfed for a really long time and I'm like, I've paddled for hours and then my arms get really tired and they just feel like noodles and then it seems harder to catch waves. So, yeah.
Have you ever got noodle arms or noodle legs when you've been on your scooter, Khye?
Yes.
Awesome.
Next
Noodle
one
legs after trying all the tricks.
Yeah. Next one is chandelier.
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 Oh, chandelier. Okay, gotcha. Yes, a chandelier is when the wave, when you're inside of the wave and it's barreling, and it's sort of like the lip crashes down. So when the waves are clean, it's like a clean cylindrical lip. But when there's a bit of wind or onshore, it sort of breaks the wave down and it sort of pushes down the section. And they call it a chandelier because it's sort of like, you know, coming from the ceiling and it breaks down onto the floor. I don't know why they call it a chandelier actually, but yeah, that's a pretty good question. Have you ever had to push through a chandelier? Maybe Oren might have had to do that in his surfing experiences.
Yeah, maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Have you
you're a
ever
bit of a
tried
pro,
surfing, Khye?
No.
No, I didn't start surfing until I was 10, so you got plenty of time.
Yeah.
They were great questions, Khye. Well done. So, Steph, you got 4 out of 5 there. And before we go to you, Zosia, Khye, you're getting a couple of shout-outs on Facebook. Do you want me to tell you who's been saying hello to you on Facebook?
Yes, please.
Talisa says, hi, Khye. It's actually from Brendan and Lily. Do you want to say hello to Brendan and Lily?
Yeah. Thank you, Brendan and Lily.
And also, Rachel Keane says, hey, Khye, sending you a big high five, buddy. You're doing awesome.
Thank you, Rachel.
And you've also got another one from Magella and Hayley.
I don't know who they are.
You're famous, Khye.
So famous. Sorry, Steph, nothing for you yet. And also, Miss Mama King, for you, Zosia, says, so cool to see you hanging out with Steph on JUICED TV. You know who that is?
Hi, Mum.
Oh, Mum.
Mum.
Oh, so good that she's tuning in. All right, well, now that we're up on you, let's finish up our Slang 10 challenge and see if Steph can get another 5 out of 5.
Okay, so the first word is quiver.
A quiver is your arsenal or your collection of surfboards that you have?
Yes. A rocker.
The rocker? Yep. So on your surfboard, these are all like technical surfboard terms, but on a surfboard, it's like your rocker is, so it's the bend in it. And when a board has lots of rocker, we call it a banana shape, basically. And the more steep that the wave is, then the more rocker that you want. So when you go down the wave, you don't nosedive and fall off.
Interesting.
The third one is soup.
Soup. In the soup. I think, I'm not too sure on this one, but I think in the soup it's sort of like when if you wipe out and there's a really like lots of white water and foam and froth, and it's kind of like really soupy. And yeah, I think that's what soup means.
It is.
And then there's me with my noodle arms in the soup.
A nug.
A nug is like a really good wave. So when you see a good wave coming towards you, you're like, whoa, how good is this? This is a nug. Or a nugget. Call it a nugget.
And drop.
The drop. Yeah, the drop is when you're taking off, you're paddling into the wave and you get to your feet and you take the drop. So you're going down the face of the wave and then you basically set yourself up for all of the maneuvers that you want to do or the barrel that you're going to pull into. But yeah, that's the drop. The very beginning of the wave.
Woohoo! Well done, Steph. Another 5 out of 5. So you got 14 out of 15. It's really quite, it's like a whole new language, the world of surfing, isn't it?
It is. I mean, there's a couple that you guys may have forgotten. What about, I was waiting for cowabunga or like smashed or stoked or I don't know. I'm trying to think of all the slang that they use in Surf's Up. Have you guys seen the movie Surf's Up with Chick and Joe? And
Yeah.
yeah, that's like one of my favorite movies. So I was trying to think of some words in there, but cowabunga is always a pretty good one. I don't even know what that means, to be honest.
Oren, have you ever used cowabunga on a wave before?
Yeah, I said it to my dad when we were out to surf once. So
I think we need to bring it back. I think it's always been a bit dorky, but yeah, that's going to be, that's your mission, Khye. We're going to bring back the word cowabunga. Maybe Zosia, actually, when you're riding your horses, you can be using surf slang.
I think my horse will be quite confused.
Yeah. Imagine if you taught your horse how to speak surf slang, and then you could be the only horse in the whole world that knew how to speak surf slang. That'd be pretty cool.
I want to take him to the beach, so.
Yeah, I always see a few people riding their horses along the beach at Kingscliff there, and it looks so cool and free-spirited.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, Oren, are you still good for time? Just want to check in. You still good to hang around?
Mum.
All right.
How long do you have, Mum? Oh, we're just waiting for the people to come and get me.
Okay, cool.
So-
We'll just keep hanging out. This is life inside the hospital, Steph. Instead of just sitting in the bed, we get to chat with you until appointments.
So I hear you guys are both NRL fans. What teams do we go for?
South
Melbourne
Sydney Rabbitohs.
Storm.
The Rabbitohs and the
Melbourne
Storm.
Yeah.
Nice. That's pretty cool. I'm because I feel like the NRL's the only thing that's been on sport-wise to watch for a while. I'm kind of getting into it, but my friends. Well, I'm from the Gold Coast, so I should probably go for the Titans, but I don't know. I like the Melbourne Storm too. I think they're pretty good, and then also, well, my boyfriend actually goes for the Canterbury Bulldogs, which is pretty funny. But yeah, he seems to go for the teams at the bottom of the ladder, but that's okay. What about you, Zosia? Do you watch any other sports?
I used to watch my brother play rugby, but that's it,
Oh.
really.
And who's going to win who are going to be the premiers this year, do you think? Khye, who do you think?
I don't know, to be honest.
Still a
What
few
do you
games
reckon,
left to
Oren?
go, but
I reckon the Panthers have a pretty good shot at winning it this year.
yeah. I think the Panthers maybe too, because they've just got cool pink outfits. I like their pink jerseys, so
Yeah.
the Pink Panthers. I think it's a good look, so we can go with that.
Yeah.
And what kind of PlayStation's games have you been playing, Oren?
Me, I've been playing like Call of Duty and like rugby league as well. Just pretty much sport games and violent games. So
Awesome. Have you ever played
Yeah.
the Kelly Slater surfing game?
no, but I have True Surf on my phone.
Oh, cool. Yeah, the
Yeah.
WSL app. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a contest coming up this weekend. You guys should make sure you tune in. You can watch it on your iPad or on your phone, and you can watch all the surfers try and get back into action. We're going to be surfing down at Cabarita Beach, and it looks like the waves. So what happens is, in a professional surfing event, we have like a 10-day waiting period, and it only takes 2 days to run the actual contest, but we have to wait and see when the waves will be the best. So we all wake up every morning and we go down to the contest site early, and we sort of assess what the waves are like and what the conditions are supposed to do throughout the day. And then we make a decision if the contest will be on or not. And yeah, that's basically how it works. But this time around, they've basically made a call and said, okay, on Saturday and Sunday, we're going to run the tour event down here at Cabarita Beach. And yeah, it should be really fun. So you guys should tune in, and hopefully I've got a couple new fans. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Do you get nervous before you surf, Steph? Like, how do you feel and how do you prepare?
I do get nervous, and you know, nerves are really good because they remind me, I use them as like a superpower, because they remind me that I'm so excited to be where I am. I'm so excited to enter the competition, and you know, it's like when you're not nervous anymore, then it's kind of like, oh, you're bored by it. So yeah, nerves are cool. You just have to learn how to control them. So for me, I've learned how to do some breathing techniques, and it's almost like meditation, but really just, yeah, breathing into my body and taking some deep breaths and sort of looking around and just enjoying the place that I'm in, and realizing that I get to go surfing, which is one of the best things in the world. So yeah, it's about managing the nerves, because I think we all have them, and they're not a bad thing at all. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Zosia,
Do you
I
guys
think
get
that's
nervous before playing games, or horse riding? Do you ever get nervous before you ride a horse?
Not really,
Okay.
mainly just competitions.
Yeah.
Like when we go to competitions.
What kind of competitions
before
do you
the
do?
round. We do show jumping, so jumping,
Amazing. Yeah.
and a bit of cross country,
cool.
which is like a big stretch of land with a bunch of jumps.
Yeah, and so there's like a kind of like a track that you go around and do all the jumps, and
Yeah,
yeah, wow, that's so cool.
it's really fun.
And have you ever won the competitions, or what do you enjoy competing?
I do, but it's not been on, and I've been sick, so I haven't been able to do any, which sucks. But hopefully soon.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm sure in your time where you can heal and get better, you could actually like visualize what you need to do in competition, and that's what I always do. You know, we haven't had a competition for 6 months now, and yeah, I think I've spent a bit of time just, you know, I like to write in my diaries about all the times that I've lost or the times that I've won and how it made me feel, and then, you know, I kind of use that to to prepare for the next event if it ever happens again. But I think that's a good way. So next time when you're all better and out racing your horses again, not racing, but jumping your horses, then you'll be, mentally so strong. I think that's a key.
Yes, definitely.
That's awesome advice, Steph. What about you, Khye? Maybe before you get on your scooter, do you ever get nervous, or are you a bit of a daredevil?
Sometimes I get nervous going down the half pipe.
I would definitely get nervous going down the half pipe. That concrete is pretty hard.
And the half
What
pipe's
do you do
like the
to
hardest.
do you have some do you talk to yourself to help you calm the nerves, or you just charge through it?
I just go for it.
Nice.
That's a good
Go
attitude
for
to
it.
have.
That's 3 pretty strong words.
Hey, Khye, did you have any other questions you wanted to ask to Steph?
Yes.
Go for it,
My
buddy.
first one is, have you ever seen a dolphin while surfing?
I have. I've seen lots and lots of dolphins. Some of my favorite memories of surfing around the world have been when you basically can see the waves coming from a long way away, and you see the dolphins jumping through the waves from way out the back, and you can actually turn and paddle into that same wave that you know that they're riding. And I had one recently down at Lennox Head where I paddled into the wave because I saw the dolphins surfing the wave too. And I got to my feet and the dolphin jumped out of the wave right in front of me and almost landed just over the nose of my surfboard and then swam underneath my board as we were surfing. It was like we were surfing together. And I've had so many magical moments with dolphins in the water, and they're the most magical creature to see them swimming, and they surf too. It's the coolest thing ever. They might be one of my favorite animals for sure. What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal has to be a monkey.
Monkey, cool.
Second question is, has a wave knocked you off your surfboard before?
A wave has knocked me off my surfboard. I think every single day that I surf, I probably get knocked off my surfboard. It's sometimes when the waves are big and it's a bit harder to control where you're going or to read what the wave's going to do, and sometimes the wave has sort of come down and it's hit me on my shoulder, or sometimes it hits you in the head when you're trying to pull into the barrel, and that's called a wipeout, and then next minute you're in the washing machine that Oren was talking about before. But there's pretty much every day I get hit by a wave, so it's kind of fun.
Last question is, how do you stay healthy and fit?
Yep, so as a professional athlete, my most important tool is my body. My most important, I think for everyone, the most important thing we have is our bodies. So I think of my body like a race car. And if you think about a race car, you want to put the best fuel possible into it to make sure that it goes the fastest for the longest amount of time. So I think about my body and go, okay, what's the best fuel that I can put into my body? So I'm going to eat lots of vegetables, lots of fresh foods, lots of fresh fruits, and lots of water. Definitely water, that's key. And then, I kind of eat a little bit of everything. Of course, baking. I've got to have my chocolate cake too. But, it's pretty important to make sure you're eating lots of, fruit, fresh fruit and vegetables. And I eat meat too, so it's a little bit of everything. But, some good protein and enough protein to build the muscles. And, of course, it's all about balance too. You have to listen to your body. I think that's the main thing. When we're training a lot, so at the moment we're doing a lot of training in the gym where to make it sort of feel like surfing, we're doing lots of stuff that is about balancing. So you're sort of trying to catch tennis balls and you're jumping around the room and and you're sort of on uneven surfaces like the Bosu balls and those Swiss balls that are really hard to balance on. And it's all about trying to use things that have parallels to what we do on the surfboard, which is this uneven surface. And so, yeah, lots of that stuff. And on top of that, you have to make sure you refuel your body properly. So if I'm training a lot, I'm eating a lot, and yeah, and of course, making those yummy cakes as well. It's all about balance.
Oh, that's awesome. Great questions, Khye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They were super. Well, we'll have to start to wrap things up pretty shortly. But Zosia, you had one last question for Steph, or you can feel free to ask more than one if you've thought of any more. But do you want to ask your last question?
Sure. So when things get hard, how do you push through?
Yep. When I've had the toughest moments in my career, usually it's injuries where you can't surf, or you can't do the things that you want to do, and the toughest moments they're great because you learn so much. You learn so much about yourself, and you learn so much about what your body is capable of, and also what your mind is capable of. So I think when I'm really feeling the most down, I try and do the simple things that make me happy. And that's, I love listening to good music. I love just reading a really good book and something that can take my mind off it. But I also love to just write, like just journal about how I'm feeling. And it's sort of such a nice way to get things off my chest. And it's sort of like talking to your best friend when you have a book and you can write it all out. And and sort of just know that, if you can still, you wake up and it's a new day, and every day is a new chance to get better and do more awesome things and sort of heal your body. But yeah, I think it's just it's being patient and understanding and giving yourself care, and also knowing that these are the moments that make you even more strong, and you come out from injuries and all sorts of things, you come back even stronger and with so much more belief in yourself, because you're much more resilient, and you know that next time if something like this happens, you're ready for it. You're ready to heal faster and get better. So
Cool.
That's really awesome advice.
what music are you guys listening to at the moment? What's in the headphones?
Just like wave music.
Oh, that's our background music at the
Rave
moment.
music?
No. At the moment, we've got our
nice.
wave and beach music in the background. But I think,
cool.
Khye, I think Steph was asking, do you have any music that you like to listen to at the moment?
Yeah, I have a couple of favorite songs that I listen to.
What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite artist or a favorite band that you put on all the time? Someone that makes you feel good when you listen to them?
I do have a favorite song. I like Tootsie Slide.
Juicy Slide. I don't know that song.
Is it a happy song, Khye?
Yeah, it's fun to dance to.
Nice.
Maybe you'll have to look it up, Steph. You might want to play it before your next competition.
I know. I'm going to have to write that down. Put it on my psych up song list. I have a few songs that I like to put on before I surf in competition and listen to them. And I mean, they can be anything from like a Beyonce song to, some rock and roll, like some AC/DC or, I sort of like the old school music, but yeah, I definitely am a big fan of Rihanna and Beyonce and, all those fun musicians, but I'm not up on all the TikTok songs at the moment. I think that's where everyone's getting their music from. What about you, Zosia? Who are you listening to at the moment?
Like all the TikTok songs.
Yeah.
Just like the interesting ones, though. Yeah.
I guess they're cool because they like the little story that goes with them, which is usually like the dance or whatever it is. So yeah, that's pretty fun.
Oren, do you have
What
a
about
song that
you,
you
Oren?
recommend
What do you
to
listen
Steph?
to?
Yeah, I kind of listen to TikTok songs as well.
It's on
Nice.
JUICED, which
I'm gonna have to get
Awesome.
on the TikTok program.
Do you have to go, Oren?
Go now. Yeah, they've just come in, so I might have to
Thank
go
you.
now.
Thank you
Okay.
so much for joining us, Oren.
See
We'll
ya,
see you
Oren.
later.
All right. See you, Steph. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Oh, awesome. Well, Zosia and Khye, we're going to get ready to say goodbye to Steph now, but did you guys have any last things that you'd like to ask Steph or anything you'd like to say?
No.
No, just
No?
thank you.
Have you ever seen
Do you
a
want to see my
shark?
surfboard, Oren? I got my surfboard here. I brought it just so I can show you what it looks
Oh,
like.
yeah, Khye, let's have a look
It's
at that.
kind of-
That'd be amazing.
Well, the camera's kind of far away.
Okay.
But look, we got. There's my. There's a bit. Do you like the orange on the bottom? And there's my fins. Well, no fins in it, but yeah.
It's looking pretty
That's
fresh,
my
Steph.
surfboard. It is brand new. I haven't ridden this one yet, so yeah, that's how my boards work. They're pretty small, and they break quite often because they're so small, and that makes them easier to ride because when it's high performance like that, then they're really light and really easy to maneuver. But yeah, it means that they break kind of often.
Yeah.
I always think I'm tough when I break a surfboard, but I'm not sure about that.
Oh, awesome. Zosia, I think you were going to ask a question?
Have you ever seen a shark in the water?
I was waiting for a shark question. I think that might be the most popular question is, am I scared of sharks? But I've seen shapes underwater that were potentially sharks, but never one that, I never had to get out of the water or anything. Small sharks, but yeah, nothing too big. It's funny. It's pretty scary for sure. Sharks are, they're apex predators, but at the same time, we're surfing in their home, so we have to respect them. And we kind of take that risk every time we go out into the surf. But the stats are actually pretty funny. I think more people die from like coconuts falling on their heads than getting bitten by sharks. So yeah, it's a funny one. But sharks are the most magical creatures when you see them swimming through the water. We've had to, during competition, sometimes they do have to pull us out of the water and wait for the shark to swim through, and then we get back in the water. So it's a little scary, but that's
Like
okay.
waiting for a
part
zebra
of
crossing.
Exactly. It's kind of like if you're playing tennis or something and a lion walks onto the court and they're like, okay, we're going to stop the tennis game for a second, let the lion walk across, and then, okay, ready to go again.
Resume.
That's literally what happens to us. So.
Oh, awesome.
But yeah, that's okay. We have to respect them.
Well, Steph, this has been so amazing. Thank you so much for all of your time this morning. We're sending you so much luck ahead of this weekend's competition and for you to get that extra world title under your belt. Before we go, we've got lots of people tuning in from around the hospital. So I wanted to see if you had a message for the rest of the kids in the hospital and our amazing healthcare workers.
Yeah, hi everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I just want to say, I hope you're all doing good and thank you so much for all the hard work and the hours that you're all putting in, the healthcare workers that are putting in. It doesn't go by unnoticed, and from all of us outside and around that, we get these luxuries. I just want to say that we're thinking of you guys and sending you so much positive energy, and hope to see you all out at the beach sometime soon.
Oh, magic. Thank you so much, Steph. Now, I think we might have just lost Khye as well. He might have just had to head off to an appointment. So thanks, Khye. You were awesome as well.
Thanks, Khye.
I'll let you and Zosia say a final goodbye. We can pop you guys up together side by side. Zosia, you did such a great job today.
Thank
asking
you.
all your questions.
Yeah, thank you, Zosia. That was awesome. It's so nice to meet you and
You too.
chat
It
to
was
you
so
about
cool.
all the things you're into. And yeah, hopefully I'll get into some horse riding soon and get to experience what you love about it, and we'll have to get you in the surf sometime soon as well. That'd be cool.
You can teach me how to surf.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That'd be so cool. And then we
Unreal.
can
Thanks so
bake
much.
chocolate cake.
Yeah, exactly. A surfing straight to baking show. I think that's a good idea.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much, girls. Sending lots of love to everyone out there. Good luck, Steph, and we'll see you soon. And thanks, Zosia, and also to Khye and Oren for joining us today. We will see you on the next Juice TV virtual visit. See you, Zosia. Bye, Steph.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.